welcome back to Darnyougluten. Happy New Year! I hope 2016 is treating you well. This week's video is a little bit longer because we're going to be making 5 different flavours of chocolate truffles, which are perfect as gifts or even just to treat yourself, because I'm sure most of you have made the New Year's resolution to eat a little bit healthier, so I thought I'd help you with that. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get cooking. For the dark chocolate and orange truffles, you will need half of an orange, 17 grams of sugar, 2.5 centilitres of water, 4 centilitres of full-fat liquid cream, 100 grams of dark chocolate, 14 grams of butter, 18 grams of potato starch, and 12 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. Start by juicing the orange. Slice the leftover peel in half, grate the first half to collect the zest, then remove the remaining flesh in the other half and slice that up into small pieces. Place the orange zest into the cream along with 1 tablespoon of the orange juice. Then we're going to candy the orange peel pieces. Throw the peel into some boiling water and leave for a couple of minutes before draining. This is to make the peel less bitter, so if you're scared it will taste bitter, you can repeat the process a couple of times. Then pour the sugar and water into a non-stick frying pan and heat until the sugar has dissolved and you've got a slightly golden liquid. This shouldn't take very long. Add in the blanched orange peel and using a wooden spoon or wooden spatula, cover them with the sugar syrup. Keep them on the heat until the syrup thickens, taking care not to burn it. Then take the pieces out when strands of the sugar syrup set immediately and are brittle. So then you can place the candied orange to set on a non-stick sheet and store in an airtight container in the fridge. Chop the chocolate up into chunks and boil the liquid cream. Pour the cream over the chocolate and let sit for a minute and then stir. If the chocolate doesn't melt completely to form a smooth homogeneous mixture, place it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Then stir it together, add in the butter and the potato starch. Stir well to form a homogeneous paste and add in 1 tablespoon of the unsweetened cocoa powder and stir it in thoroughly. Cover with some cellophane and refrigerate for a couple of hours. When you take it out, it should hold its shape but still be malleable. If it's too runny, add some potato starch and cocoa powder, and if it's a little too hard, let it warm up a little until it's malleable. Then scoop up about 1 tablespoon worth of the mixture and roll it around one of the candied orange peel pieces. Then you can roll it in the cocoa powder and continue until all the mixture is used, and then store in the fridge. For the milk chocolate and peanut truffles, you will need 50 grams of salted peanuts, 100 grams of milk chocolate, and 4 centilitres of full-fat liquid cream. Start by placing about 3 tablespoons of the peanuts into a blender and crush them until they turn into a powder. Next, separate out about 10 whole peanuts and put them aside for later. Roughly chop up the rest of the peanuts and keep them in a separate bowl. Now repeat the same process as with the last truffles, chopping up the chocolate, heating up the cream, and mixing the two together. Once that forms a nice homogeneous mix, add in 3 tablespoons of the powdered peanuts and stir in well. Cover with some cellophane and refrigerate for a couple of hours. Once the mix has set, scoop out about the equivalent of 1 tablespoon, roll around a whole peanut and roll into the chopped peanuts. Then store them in the fridge. For the white chocolate and coconut truffles, you will need 100 grams of white chocolate, 4 centilitres of full-fat liquid cream, 15 grams of coconut flour, 12 grams of desiccated coconut, and 10 unsalted cashew nuts. So once again, chop up the chocolate into chunks, bring the cream to a boil and pour over the chocolate to melt it. Stir them together until they form a homogeneous mixture, then stir in the coconut flour thoroughly. Cover and refrigerate for a couple of hours, then scoop out about 1 tablespoon portions, roll around a cashew nut and roll in some desiccated coconut, and once again store them in the fridge. For the milk chocolate and macadamia nut truffles, you will need 20 grams of macadamia nuts, 17 grams of sugar, 2.5 centilitres of water, 100 grams of milk chocolate, 4 centilitres of full-fat liquid cream, 14 grams of potato starch, and 5 dates. Start by roughly chopping up the macadamias. We're going to repeat the same process as with the orange peel to caramelise the macadamias by pouring the sugar and water into a frying pan, add in the nuts once the syrup has formed, and keep on the heat until the syrup is brittle when cooled. Remove the nuts from the pan and layer onto a non-stick sheet and let cool, then break into pieces and store in an airtight container in the fridge. Then chop up your chocolate and cover with the boiling cream. Stir until it is nice and smooth, then add in the potato starch and mix well once more. Cover and refrigerate for a couple of hours. While it's setting, deep-hit the dates and chop them in half. Once the chocolate is ready, scoop out about 1 tablespoon worth of mixture and roll around half a date, then roll into the caramelized macadamia bits. As always, store in the fridge. And finally, the ingredients you will need for the dark chocolate and ginger truffles are 2 to 3 grams fresh ginger root, 17 grams of sugar, 2.5 centiliters of water, 100 grams of dark chocolate, 4 centiliters of full-fat liquid cream, 14 grams of potato starch, 1 to 2 grams of ground ginger, so about a teaspoon, and 12 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. Peel the ginger root using a spoon, then chop up into small cubes. Then repeat the caramelizing process in the frying pan with the sugar and water, once again laying them out on a non-stick sheet and storing in an airtight container in the fridge until you need them. Then repeat the truffle making process of chopping up the chocolate, mixing with cream until smooth, and then stirring in the potato starch and the powdered ginger. Cover and place in the fridge for 2 hours, then scoop out about 1 tablespoon at a time, rolling around a piece of candied ginger, and then finally rolling in the cocoa powder before storing in the fridge. And there we finally have them, 5 sets of delicious and decadent chocolate truffles. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!